So, in practicing discernment and discipline, it's possible to humble this entitlement of having to get my own way, um, of not being okay with things not going my way, and actually, even like I mentioned, this added respect for those who also don't have control or power and learn to be okay even if they're not getting their way. And this is part of growth, part of adapting, being okay without the creature comforts or without the comfortable familiar patterns of relating, or basically just being in new territory or difficult situations or challenges, and the attempts and the bravery to actually go through. This is what's called temperance. It's like the self that is able to be regulated is the one that could grow, could learn, could try harder, and then basically taking care of ourselves so that we can handle anything that comes is part of this. And the final one, the last of these admiring the strengths or really valuing strengths, is courage, reflecting on strengths. And this includes things like bravery, zest, honesty, and perseverance. Excuse me. So first of all, being a cheerleader to myself, so I don't need external encouragement, is a big one. It's just keep telling myself I'm proud of myself, noticing where it's hard and where I still do it anyway, speaking up even if I'm the only one, even if it's not popular or I'm going to be judged, being willing to forgive, which means I could get hurt again, or kind of like lose my understanding of what I'm willing or not willing to tolerate, my standards. So facing insecurity even, this is real courage for me. Handling my pain and still doing activities and hobbies. I have regular pain today. My neck's been bothering me a lot. Many of my joints at different times. I do spiritual, emotional, physical healing, but I still live an active life. I do a lot of activities I enjoy. I bike, I do exercise every day, and plenty of other things. And many hobbies like reading and art and things that could sometimes, while I'm sitting or in certain positions, could even exacerbate it. And I learned I have the courage to feel pain and still live, because the alternative for me was worse, to live an empty or boring life. So courage, you see some of these combine, like, just to go through them for a second, I'm taking a pause. We have justice, humanity, wisdom, temperance, and courage. So sometimes you'll see that one of these connects with one of the others in your practice. Then this is like, for me, is not knowing how things will turn out, but still throwing myself in the situation. And this is not in a stupid way or a thoughtless way, but actually not being attached to the outcome. Kind of doing it for the sake of just doing it, and actually like being for the sake of being that, versus like needing it to be sure that I'll get what I want or that I'll be good at it. Being willing to give up a placeholder in the world to come. This might sound a little complicated, but it has to do with like, I'll get a reward eventually. So being willing to give up this idea that I'm holding on to a reward in the future. Instead, and like not necessarily needing that security that's short term. These are two areas. And this is all for the sake of being here now with what's needed, for the sake of being here now with what's needed. Rising to the occasion just to be with all of life in the moment, rather than like, oh, well, I'm going to get a reward later. So for me, it requires a lot of courage, and I'm reflecting on the strength of my courage. And the last one I have here is being able to handle being yelled at, insulted, rejected, and even abandoned without giving in to the need for revenge or to become a herder. Instead, it's like giving it up, not carrying it as a burden, and trusting the cosmic karma, trusting that it'll all get aligned in the way that it's supposed to. So thank you for spending time with me today, reflecting on the strengths of our values, and I wish you a beautiful day. Should see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.